Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. We are approaching the home stretch of the debate, Ondo State Governorship debate, live from Akure. And we'll be taking some questions that you, viewers, have sent to us, and some of the studio audience here now, some of the questions that you are asking the candidate. Mr. Ibrahim, you seem to have the first question from the viewers and the audience. The first one is that your party has ruled Ondo State for close to 8 years and is leaving behind a backlog of 9 months' salary, pensions, scholarship, and bursary allowances, thus causing drastic drop in spending power of the people and crushing poverty and very low business patronage for the business class and the ordinary traders. How would you handle this?
If that is the assessment of my party, what is the assessment of the federal government under the APC? Where we have the key performance indicators in the economy. The balance of trade is negative. The balance sheet, the current account balance sheet, is now $9 billion negative. The direct foreign investment came down from 19 billion to 9 billion. Now, the production of oil into the OPEC markets came down from 2.5 million barrels a day to 800,000 barrels a day. Now, poverty level had gone the highest ever in history. Come back to Ondo State. It's not a complete hopeless situation. Under Guber administration, there were legacies of network of road connections, connectivities, productivities, and of course institutions were built. The Mimiko administration in the first 4 years was hopeful. It wasn't a completely a hopeless situation. Mimiko was able to jumpstart some of the dead institutions, like providing buses for secondary schools, providing roads. Look at the roads that you plan to this place was built by that administration. There are little one or two things that the government have done wrong, but that does not completely mean that the administration is hopeless. PDP is one party that is formidable, focused for development, for transparency, and for the desire.
So you're happy with how PDP has handled the state so far?
Oh, of course. PDP haven't done completely bad. That's what I'm telling you.
They have not done completely bad.
Yes, they
have done bad.
They've not gone completely bad.
Okay, there's another question for you, Mr. Ibrahim, and is that someone here is asking, how can an Ondo indigene who is so successful not have one business in the state be trusted to govern and manage Ondo State?
Oh, that means that the president doesn't have enough knowledge of my investment. 37 filling stations in the state, investment in the shareholding of many banks that operate in the state. Some of those banks have 10% of the shareholdings. In Union Bank alone, I kept £137 million. That helped to improve Ondo State's economy. That's about 91 billion naira. In Ondo State, for instance, if you look at our company, Nikon Insurance, the executive director there is from Ondo State. The hotel, that is Nikon Luxury Hotel. The lady who is the MD is from Okeagbehe, from Akoko local government. So we've been employing a lot of Ondo State people, which he doesn't understand. Bolua Elemi, who ran this watch, is from Igbotako. Vice President of Energy Group, Jegede Emmanuel, is from Igbotako. What else can I do for my lovely people of Ondo State beyond this fantastic engagement?
All right. Let me quickly go to Mr. Olushalauke. Only Kaduna State has published its budget. Would you do so and also publish your expenses?
Please, can I get the question again?
Only Kaduna State out of the 36 states of the Federation publishes its budget. Would you publish your budget and your expenses too if you are elected?
First and foremost, budget of a state when gazetted is a public document and therefore accessible to every member of the public. But if for elegance or out of abundance cautelar, you need to let everybody know, there's nothing wrong, I can do that. Publishing expenses. It is not every expenditure of government that can be published. There are those that border on security of the state, which I think will not be published. For those that relate to contractual obligations, contracts, how they are working, how they are performing, payment of money to contractor, so that community people can monitor what the contractor is doing, that I will do.
And you will also be giving contracts to people from Ondo State, or you take contractors from outside of Ondo State?
A major problem in this state today is capital flight. I am not going to encourage that. Any contract that can be managed locally, can be executed, I will give to citizens of Ondo State. That I assure them.
Dr. Agunloye, someone is asking, if you are elected, would you take the pride to walk around as a governor in Ondo State, the streets of Ondo State, without any security or whatsoever?
Let me say something that the style of government will certainly change. And even though you didn't ask me about the budget, let me say very clearly that transparency will be the watchword. And once you are transparent, you don't need all that security and so on. All aspects of the budget, all aspects of the economy in Ondo State will be transparent and will be publicly available. And all the auditing that needs to be done will be done just the same way I did that when I was in the Road Safety Commission. Because here, the festering of corruption is one major issue which had been a problem. And if you look at it, we are not going to have a situation where things are hidden or where things are kept away. So as for my own security, if I'm doing well, I will be the same way I have been, be with the people, because I have covenant with God and I have accountable only to Ondo State people.
A lot of people have said there is recession. Some people are asking that would you cut down the number of people that will serve in your cabinet if elected?
Number of people?
Number of people who serve in the cabinet if you're elected. Number of people in government. They say...
I don't understand.
A lot of people have said that usually the government is burdened by how many people have been, appointments that have been made. Would you cut down on the number of political appointments if elected?
It will be impossible to do the same thing as my brother had done, which have so many appointments. But I can assure you that we will do the needful. We will ensure that people who need to be engaged are thoroughly engaged. And then we will also not only engage people, we will go back into the institutions where people have been laid out, re-inspect this, and where necessary, put them back. But we will not appoint people who live in Lagos, who live in Zaria, who are only alert essays, who receive only alert and so on.
All right. Thank you so much.